What's up, everyone? Welcome back to BKNY Hoops. If you're new to the channel, I am your host, as always, Rashid White. All right, you hear it. Trade bait. This actually comes from SI. That would be Sports Illustrated. And they're actually saying that teams are actually chammering at the bits and trying to get the Brooklyn Nets to get involved in Dorian Finney-Smith and Royce O'Neal. We're going to get into this article right here. Now, there's a couple of reasons why I think the Brooklyn Nets probably should do that and why they shouldn't do that. Guys like Dorian Finney-Smith are extremely valuable. Same thing with like guys like Royce O'Neal. They're like role players that really kind of understand their roles. So let's get into this article here. And this is a report. This comes from SportsIllustrated.com, and they're saying that there's chatters out there that the Brooklyn Nets or other teams are engaging in like talks with the Brooklyn Nets. Now, that was a separate article that I actually saw. I don't know if that one was from Sports Illustrated. I had this article about yesterday morning, but I didn't feel like doing anything yesterday. Alright, so DFS, Royce on the watch. According to Hoops Hypes, Inside, Michael Scotto, several teams are watching the availability of both Dorian Finney-Smith and Royce O'Neal, wherein the former has managed to draw trade interest from several candidates like the Dallas Mavericks, Miami Heat, Philadelphia 76ers, and the Memphis Grizzlies. Alright, so now, I don't know, these are like, well, first of all, these are actually teams that are actually really kind of doing better in the standings than us, except for the Memphis Grizzlies, and that's because really kind of their whole team is pretty much injured. But I don't know, will these teams actually give us one of their key components, like good players, or will they actually give us like pennies on the dollar? So that's the whole thing, and it really kind of all depends on where Brooklyn actually stands right now. I think they're in like 9th or 10th place right about now, and I was saying this a couple of days ago on this channel over here, man, that I don't know, it looks really bad. I mean, I had the Brooklyn Nets actually finishing in the 5th or 6th seed, but right now you have Miami, Cleveland, I think currently in those 7th and 8th spots right there, and these are teams that actually finished like 5. I think Cleveland was actually 5 last year. So yeah, they're actually looking at this and maybe see if the Brooklyn Nets, maybe by the trade deadline, if they can't get anything done, then they'll probably kind of blow it up, So say not for grabs, both O'Neal and Finney-Smith are two of the trustworthy 3-and-D forwards of Coach Jacques Vaughn's wing slate, and it's pretty unrealistic so far that the franchise will cut the ties with both veterans as they help compose the Nets' impressive depth chart and trademark versatility. Yeah, but you see, the thing about that is that these guys have to really kind of produce a lot of wins. Royce O'Neal got us a couple of games. Dorian Finney-Smith got us a couple of games. I mean, he had games where he actually produced. But I think more so than not so, then these guys actually really doesn't produce as much. You'll get a couple of good games from Royce O'Neal, and then he disappears for like 4 or 5 games, and then has a good game, and then disappears, and then he'll actually have another good game plus another good game, and then disappears for another 4 or 5 games. So that doesn't really kind of help you right there, man. So and the whole thing is like, you like Royce O'Neal, you like Dorian Finney-Smith because they understand their roles. And like, you'll have guys, and maybe that's why they, like, on the end of the bench, they got guys that say, I want more touches, I want the offense ran through them, but they don't know how to make plays. They'll turn the ball over. They'll take bad shots. Their shot selection is not really truly there. So and like I said, if this was actually like you're playing out there in the playground and you don't have a shot clock, I would say, yeah, get rid of Dorian Finney-Smith. I'm sorry, Dorian Finney-Smith and Royce O'Neal, and get a guy that can actually dribble the air out of the basketball. This is the playground. But since it's not that, you have 24 seconds on the shot clock. I would say even more so 19, because you still got to bring the ball up court from 24 to 19. So you got 19 seconds, let's say, to work with in the shot clock in a half court set right there. You can't have guys dribbling the air out of the basketball. It needs to be like, the main guy that you're going to run your offense through. He gets 4 dribbles. He can't get by his guy. You pass it, and you see how Royce O'Neal does. He takes 1, 2 dribbles, shoot it. Dorian Finney-Smith, sometimes he'll put the ball on the floor, and if he doesn't have like a clean dunk, he'll try to reset and then throw the ball right back out. So IQ plays a really, really, really high role in it. Now there's other young guys. Maybe Jonathan Kuminga's available. Royce O'Neal and DFS are really kind of like battle hard in playoff. I would say DFS. He was like really instrumental for the Dallas Mavericks actually getting into the Western Conference Finals. So I would definitely keep him. You just need a guy that's going to be able to draw a lot of attention for DFS. A lot of attention. Not like it's like Luka. Like Luka can just like collapse the defense within 1, 2 dribbles, and with maybe Mikal, maybe 4 or 5 dribbles. There's a lot of guys that can actually stay with him. Like he doesn't really have great footwork. He has a nice little Euro step, but I'm talking about being able to back down smaller players. Let's say on switches. You don't really see that. You don't really see that from him, and then that makes guys like really, really great defenders, being able to stick to, like, let's say Mikal, and then like DFS doesn't really get a clean 3-point shot off. So that's the whole key. Maybe Ben Simmons can actually be that guy, but availability actually is really the key right there. If he's not available, it doesn't mean anything. So, and then Ben doesn't really kind of look to score. So yeah, they can actually just pack the paint up, stop the ball, and then really kind of scramble and get back to their guys. If Ben doesn't actually go look to score, that can actually hurt guys like DFS and Royce O'Neal right there. Remember, these guys need clean looks, not like contested guys, closing out on them. Because sometimes that can actually really kind of affect your shot right there, where you got guys aggressively closing out on you. But guys that's able to get really, really, really clean, open, wide looks, like Ja Morant, Luka, Zion actually throws a lot of attention, especially when he learns like how to really kind of use screens and really get a mismatch. Get a small guard switched on to Zion Williamson there. So it's a tough situation. In that particular order, you like DFS, you like Royce O'Neal. But who do you actually get? And like I said, the rosters. Listen, these teams are somewhat better than us. Philadelphia, maybe Milton. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if they're going to really kind of give up any really key guys that's actually working for them. The only team I see here is maybe Orlando. Who's the other team? Let's see. So Dallas, Miami Heat, Philadelphia 76ers. And who are they giving up? Like I said, the Miami Heat. I think they'll try to fleece Sean Marks. All right, so I will definitely wrap this video up. Definitely like, comment, subscribe. Certainly share this video. And when you share, the universe certainly shares back with you. Peace.